Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. So what I wanted to teach you guys today is how to fire up your Crested Gecko. Now this is something I didn't realize was such a question some people have, but when I first got my Crested Gecko, I didn't really know how to fire her up. So, I had to watch some videos on the internet, and I think that there's a better way than most people explain. Some people say, you got to raise the temperature, or you got to do this or that or the other thing. And, it's going to take an hour or whatever to do so. But if you guys saw my last Crested Gecko video where I was talking about all the geckos I had, all my little baby ones, and showing them off, and I had the pictures of them, I actually had them all fired up then. And obviously if I spent an hour trying to fire each one up, that's like 7 hours worth of just firing geckos up. So I probably spent, maybe an hour doing all of them, because I could do more than one at a time too. But I thought I'd show you guys an easy way to do it today. We're going to be using my boy Draco here, just because I know he's really fired down right now, as you guys can see. Just the gray and the brown and the kind of milky white. So we're going to show you guys how to fire them up really easily. So before we get into that, this is going to take about 15-20 minutes, depending on what you want to do. But what you're going to need is a little container to put them in, or a critter keeper like this, a mister bottle, obviously your gecko, a lid, and a dark room. You're going to want to mist it all down real good. I just realized I shouldn't have done this in my little photo booth light box thing. Okay, so you're going to just mist it down real good. Put your little gecko in there. So now that he's in there, I'm going to put the lid on, right? I know it's an ugly pink salmon critter keeper. I'm just going to gently, light little sprays kind of on top of him and just all around, so that it's a little bit more wet, but on top of him too. Just little gentle ones though. So that should be good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go set him in a dark room, the darkest room you can find, for approximately 15 minutes is what I usually do. Sometimes I would do 10 if they're already like half fired. Sometimes I would do 20 if they're really fired down. So I'm going to give him 15 and I'll see how he is. He should be pretty fired up. So you guys saw him when he was fired down. Now we'll come back in 15. Now we have the moment of truth. It's been exactly 15 minutes on the dot. Made sure I watched it exactly so you guys know if this is actually a working method or not. And I think you guys will be pleasantly surprised at how nice this trick works. Now, I've done this trick with basically all my geckos, and I've only had trouble with one, and that was Cherry, my little baby patternless kind of red one. For some reason, this does not work on him. I'm not sure why, but this works with all my other geckos. But firing up baby geckos in general is a little bit harder. Now, as you guys can see, he is basically fired up all the way, probably about 90%. So good, decent. I could have maybe left him in for 5 more minutes and you would have gotten a lot more dark, because he does get more blackish. But as you guys can see, it totally worked, 100% fired up. Simple and easy. And you can do this, obviously, if you have a room that's dark, like a closet or something. You can do more than one at a time. And you can probably leave them in their cage too while you do this, if you just mist it down really good. The reason I don't like leaving them in their cages is because then their cage is obviously all wet. And if it's during the daytime, you want them to have a dry period. So that's why I take them out and do it in a separate little tank. But it's really up to you what you want to do. By the way, Draco is a gorgeous little gecko, as you guys can see. He's starting to develop a lot of that cream on the sides here. And he wasn't always like that. I know I say that all the time about him when I have him out, but it's just pretty amazing, because I had him when he was a little 8 gram or whatever gram gecko. And as you can see now, he's a beautiful big boy. Or getting there. It's like 26 grams now. He's got them nice little floppy little crests almost going on. I think once he's older, definitely going to have that. But we're going to get him to say goodbye here. Draco, are you going to jump on the camera? Don't do it. If it'll focus on his little face. There we go. Alright. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys go ahead and check it out. Don't do it. Don't do it. Hopefully you guys can fire geckos up and get some nice pictures of them, or just see them fully colored up too. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.